So many people ask, what should I ask a seller's agent? What should I ask the realtor that I'm going to hire? That's the question. That's the thing that's on your mind when you're deciding to sell a house. And so I say to you, well, according to the National Association of Realtors, these are the 10 questions you should ask. So let's jump into it. Number one, are you a realtor? Well, what does that mean? There's a realtor, a real estate agent, an agent, a buyer's agent, a listing agent, an appraiser. There's so many parties to a transaction. What it means to are you a realtor is one, you work with an agent who is designated a realtor. We are guided by an ethical duty under the Realtor Code of Ethics, which means we've went above and beyond what the real estate agent does and adopted a code of ethics. And we have ethical duties to uphold those. And so that is what a realtor is. Then there's number two. What's the next question? What type of services can you provide me? So what do? We market your property. We interact with buyer's agents. We handle all your showings and your open houses. We negotiate with the purchase agreement on your behalf. And of course, we assist in the entire closing process and so much more. There is just so much more that an agent who goes above and beyond can and will do for you, right? That is why you want to interview a great agent. You want to check in. You don't want to just hire the next agent that your friend around the corner is like, oh, I hired him, or your family member who maybe just jumped into the business and wouldn't even really know what to do or have a budget to sell your property. Because I can tell you that you need a budget to sell a property. So, but that's above and beyond. So now let's talk about question number 3. Are you familiar with the market where I'm selling? First and foremost, your agent must be licensed where you're selling your home. That's the priority. I get so many clients who call me and like, Lori, I want to move to Utah or I want to move to Vegas. Can you help me? Sure, I could consult you and I can refer you an amazing agent over where you're going to be purchasing. I personally am only licensed right here in the state of California. I am currently not carrying any other licenses above and beyond California. And there are some agents that'll have 1 or 2 licenses and can go out of the state. So you want to make sure that they're licensed. Now, the other question is, well, do you know my neighborhood? Look, the reality is with the big old wide world of the internet, we as an agent can do the necessary due diligence to know your neighborhood. We pull the statistics, we pull all the stats, we look at the local MLS board that every community is participating, and then we go ahead and we figure out those details. That is one of the beauties of the internet. It's allowed for your agent to come from wherever to work for you. Now, I mean, I personally set up this rule just for me. Like everyone drives an hour to work. I'll drive an hour to work. If I got to go an hour and 10 minutes, an hour and 20 minutes, 2 hours, I don't know that it's the best use of my time nor the best use of my client's time. So, you just talk with your agent and you determine what makes best sense for you. So, what type of services? Number 1 was, are you a realtor? Yes. What type of services can you provide me? Just call me. We went over the details. We do so much more than what is enclosed here. And then number 3, are you familiar with the market I'm selling my home? If you saw the map of all the communities we personally service here at Real Estate Resolved, you would go, wow, that's awesome, right? And then number 4, what will be included in our listing contract? First and foremost, what is the listing contract, right? That's the document that says you hired Real Estate Resolved to do the work. You hired that brokerage to do the work, right? You sign a listing agreement, which says the agent represents you to the best of their ability to market and sell your property, right? We also lay out the professional representation that your agent will provide and how much you're going to pay for those services. And remember this big thing, 2024 set the precedence. If you didn't know, real estate commissions is now called compensation, and it's always been negotiable. And it is negotiable now. Always, always. It is not set by law. Number 5, how did you arrive at your suggested list price for my home? Well, a great agent does the research. They use the analytics in the MLS. They use all of the tools provided to them in order to come up with a listing price. That is how they determine a listing price. One of the things that they do is they come up with all of the stats in the neighborhood. They measure the numbers and then they make the most appropriate listing price suggestion. Remember, it is only a suggestion. You, as the seller and the buyer who buys your property, are the ones who make the final determination of what that price is. Number 7, how do I attract potential buyers? What do I do? How do I get them there? Well, guess what? We do a ton aside from just putting it in the MLS, which now sends it out to all of the other Zillow, Redfin, everywhere else, right? That all comes off of what's called the MLS. All of that information feeds off the MLS, and that's where we start. That's just a baseline. Above and beyond that is what we do from there on out. We do so much more. For example, Google ads, Facebook ads, all the social media out there. We put it on YouTube. We have it on 250 plus websites when we market your property, aside from the physical aspect of showing the property and open houses and so much more. Just baselines for us, right? Now, number 8. Oh, this question is the dreaded question. What do I need to do to get my house ready? What do I need to do to get my house ready for market? Just call the agent, have them come over, and they will help you. It's a case by case scenario, right? You just go through the house and we determine what we can do as a seller and your listing agent to get your property ready for market. Every property is different. Every property is different. Every situation is different. Every budget is different. You don't have to have all the upgrades to sell your house. You do want to maximize your sales price, then we go over what we can do to help you do that within a budget that makes great sense for you. So just ask your agent to come over, and don't say, oh my gosh, I've got to clean it before the agent comes over. Sure, clean it, make it nice and presentable, just like you'd have any other guest come over. But it doesn't need to be above and beyond that. We will help you get your house ready. Please do not get rid of all your furniture. It's the worst thing you could do. And number 9, how will you vet potential buyers? So, an important part of selling your home is making sure that the buyers are pre-approved or have the ability to pay for the property. There are so many buyers out there that just try to go look at houses and they think, oh, well, I'll be able to get pre-approved. I have a great credit score. I own lots of real estate. Whatever it be in their head that they believe. The reality is you need to make sure the buyers are pre-approved. They submit an offer on the property. You want to have that full underwriting DU approval is what we call it. Get the hard work done up front. So once we get under contract, a buyer and seller know they can move to close. And then number 7, number 10. And then number 10, do you have references I can speak with? You bet we do. We got like a ton of Google 5-star reviews. We've got a ton of Zillow reviews. We have, and if you have worked with us in the past and you're listening here, please, and we thank you for those reviews. Whether we're 5-star or not, we want to know how we did so that we can always continually strive to improve our business. So we have references. We have multiple clients that would be glad to take your call. We have clients that have done over 10 transactions plus with us. We have clients that would talk with you in many situations, right? We have clients calling us right now. I mean, it's just the opportunity to talk with any one of our past clients is amazing. We've been in business for 20 years. So opportunities are there. So these are just 10 questions to ask a seller's agent. The priority is to schedule that appointment, get that person in, and see what they do. We offer a monthly home seller strategy session right here in the office. No obligation, no requirements. You can just come in and see what it is and how we over at Real Estate Resolved help you get your property sold for the most amount of money. And if you wanted to know so much more about what a realtor actually does for you, you should tune into episode 178 and part 2, 179. Boy, do we have a list of everything we do written right out for you. Amazing list.